Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a spring handbag wish list. I thought we'd kick things off with a quick recap on my luxury handbag wish list that I did back in January. Now if you're new, I'm Jamie. I do videos on luxury handbag reviews and a lot of neutrals on this channel. I'd love it if you like and subscribe. Now the first bag that I wanted from my luxury wish list was a caramel bag. I loved the caramel bags from Chanel's 21P collection so much that I ended up getting it in two styles. I got it in this beautiful 19. If there was a Chanel 19 to get, this would be it. I just love this beautiful combination. And then the other one that I got was my classic flap in a small size. I did end up tweaking that wish list a little bit there since, if you recall, I wanted the caramel in a mini. I think the mini and small kind of similar, but at this point I will not get a caramel mini since I got the small, so they kind of just replaced each other. If anything, I will probably get a mini in a different shade at some point in my collection. And also I had the Chanel 19 on my list, and I was going back and forth between the tweed and the caramel. Obviously the caramel did win out, but I still love myself a good tweed, especially from Chanel, so we will see on that. Now the next bag I had on my wish list was a Fendi mini peekaboo. I still like that bag, but I ended up going back and forth between the baguette and the mini peekaboo. I still can't decide, so I'm just gonna take it and put it on the backlog of the luxury wish list. Okay, so that was my handbag recap. I don't think I did too bad. I did a little bit of a modification in terms of the styles, but let's get into the good stuff with this spring handbags that are going on the luxury wish list. And I only have two, starting with another Chanel 19 bag. Now, Chanel 19 caught me by surprise. This die-hard classic flap lover was late to the game in getting the Chanel 19, but it's proved to me such a great everyday bag. And the way that I'm looking at the Chanel 19 was, there's two of them that I have my eye on, and still in the small size, because I think this is a perfect size for my 5'2" petite frame, which I just love how it looks, and it hits on my hip. I think it's perfect. The two that I'm looking at is the beautiful 21S dark beige shade. Now this I have not seen in person. I've only seen in pictures, but you know, I love me a good beige shade, and this being dark beige, I think it's so beautiful. But let me know if you guys also love it, or I've seen some pictures, and I believe the one in the 19, it doesn't have the iridescent, it's just more of a dark beige. So, but my hesitation with it, it might be almost too similar to the caramel, even though I know you guys are probably like, but you have so many different beige shades, and which is very true. But again, I almost think it might compete a little bit too much with the 19. I don't know. I could go back and forth on it. The other Chanel 19, which I think might give me more options, and it's what I just said a few minutes ago. It's the tweed Chanel 19. This one, when I saw the bag, I was just like, this is such a beautiful handbag. I had this in my 21S review it made my top 5 list for those handbags. I think it's a gorgeous, stunning tweed. If there was a neutral tweed, I think this would be it. Just the beautiful creamy, beige tones all mixed in. And I think it would give me a little bit more options, and it gets me that tweed that I don't have in my collection and I very much would love to have. So yeah, when I asked you guys actually on Instagram, it was about 60-40, 60% saying more for the dark beige and then 40% more on the neutral tweed. I still think that's pretty close, and I could go with either one. Right now I'm kind of feeling more of the neutral tweed, I'll be honest. It just really had my heart singing when I saw that most immediately. It was one thing to see the pictures that you get early on when Chanel releases them, but then when I saw photos of the actual bag, it took it to a whole nother level for me. But again, I still think that 21S is a beautiful dark beige shade, and that's more, I would say, more natural to what I typically do in my collection. And I think there's a little part of me that's just, because it's tweed, I'm a little bit hesitant, but my goodness, it is such a beautiful handbag. The second handbag going on the luxury wish list is a tote. And I'm going back and forth between two bags. The first one is a bag that you guys have actually seen before I mentioned, and it's been on the wish list, but I'm bringing it back, and it's a Dior shopping tote. I still very much love this tote. It's an expensive one, but when I don't do Chanel bags, I love Dior, and I keep going back to this one. So if I can find this tote, I would probably end up buying the Dior tote because it's in a beautiful combination, and they just have stunning designs. I think Dior makes some of the most beautiful bags out there, but the resale value sucks. My thought is, I do love a good tote. It just goes back to my roots of when I started my collection, and it's something different than your Neverfull. I love how the shopper tote, it's more of that structured silhouette, and it's definitely a very chic, good looking tote. So I really love the Dior one. If I can find one in a neutral type of combination, I'd love to add that one. Now the other tote is this Chloe tote. Isn't this just a beautiful neutral tote? I feel like it screams me in a tote if I wanted to go more of those trendy, but it gives me great like summer, spring vibes. I just love the whole combination of how it looks. I only have Chloe in those Chloe Susanna designer boots. I never experienced their bags, but again, I can't help but think it's so cute in this design, and definitely the price point is just much more achievable. We're talking about like $1,000 for the Chloe tote versus your shopper tote Dior. It's going to be like $3,000. So there is a bit of a difference. I would say between the two, I'm probably most comfortable with Dior just because I've dealt with Dior handbags. I don't have any Chloe bags, but it's not to say that, this could be my first Chloe bag. Okay, guys, well, that is it. I would love your feedback on these handbags. The first one, which Chanel 19, dark beige or the tweed? And then the second one, which tote? The Chloe, that's a little bit more trendy, or the Dior tote? Love to get your thoughts. And again, really appreciate you guys watching my channel and supporting me. It means so much. I hope you guys have a great week. Take care.